What's up, fellas?
We think Asus is lying in its latest statement. Quote, currently, we perform a full analysis of devices sent for RMA and send customers a comprehensive list of available repairs, free and paid, in our messaging to customers. We understand this may have caused confusion when a customer has only ordered a specific repair. Yes, the classic blaming the customer aspect for being confused when they were offered an option to pay for an unnecessary repair, but not fix the actual warranted issue for which the device was sent in. Classic misdirection, as always. Glad to see absolutely nothing has changed in the past year since we spoke with Asus. And by the way, almost literally a year to the day since we last talked about this issue. In fact, tomorrow would be the 1-year anniversary, so good timing, Asus, on this. So, a classic, it's not us, it's you. You're the confused one. Now, in this instance, Asus claims they sent a comprehensive list of free and paid-for repairs. They did not do that, and in fact, we published in part 1 our timeline, and Asus only initially told us, as a reminder, the following, quote, we would like to inform you that your product is out of warranty or judged as customer-induced damage, thus the repair charge shall be applied. That was the email. There was no list, and it is extremely clear exactly what they're telling us. There's no confusion to be had, Asus. It says you're gonna be charged for repair for damage you caused. That is what that sentence says. Nowhere in there was this list provided. Now, only later did Asus eventually provide a list, and at that time, it was the list of paid-for repairs, so they have failed to meet their own qualifier of paid for and free. Once again, it wasn't until we pressed them that they provided the free repairs. So at best, Asus's representation of the facts and the timeline is inaccurate, and at worst, they are intentionally lying and attempting to deceive. And now that this is a repeat problem, so it starts to become hard to give the benefit of the doubt when it's a recurring issue, and it's a pattern. Before that, this video is brought to you by Squarespace, and visiting squarespace.com/gamersnexus will give you 10% off your first purchase with them. We've built a number of our own websites with Squarespace, where we list...
I'm so annoyed at how not just the gaming industry, but the whole service industry has been going. It's so disgusting, dude. They're trying to steal your money as well on the... Trying to steal your money on the whole RMA type thing, right? Like, oh, there was damage. This tiny little nuke, motherfucker. No, there wasn't. You're just trying to avoid having to do shit for free, even though it's not free because people pay for it when they buy it. Ugh. I don't know what it is these days with companies, dude, but holy shit, there needs to be like something needs to happen.
Catastrophic PC hardware failures to inform subscribers of those failures. We also built our store website with Squarespace using its built-in e-commerce tools, and of course we built a website for our CEO Snowflake because she demanded our audience know who really runs the show. Get to the core of your idea and spend less time on web design by signing up at squarespace.com/gamersnexus or click the link below. Asus said this after our video. They said, quote, recent feedback has highlighted some gaps in our RMA communication process in the US and Canada. We deeply apologize to our customers and community for any confusion and frustration they might have experienced from this. We've taken your feedback to heart and are committed to making improvements. Just a quick aside here, that specifically only addressed the US and Canada. All right, continuing, they said, quote, "We want to assure our customers that any repairs covered under the manufacturer's limited warranty have always been and will continue to be free of charge. It is never the intent of ASUS to charge any customers a fee that does not directly address the device malfunctions
That's clearly
they
a
are
lie.
experiencing."
That's, oh my god, dude. You have to watch the previous video on this, but that is their lying through their teeth right now.
We now recognize that the current process and the language used does not adequately convey this information. We are working diligently to make changes
That's a
in the
PR
best
answer and a
interest
half,
of our
dude.
customers. This really feels like it's skirting the reality of the situation in a few ways, but one thing that is starting to become frustrating is this promise of action. Just do it. Just make the change and say what the change was. If that means another week of bureaucracy before you can post the change, fine. But do something and have a receipt to show that it has been done. They've already done this. They did this last year. And you know,
Fuck,
like,
I
once
didn't
you
notice.
kind of listen to it and say, okay, well, we'll check back in later. We checked back in later, hasn't changed. So, you know, the only difference is that this time it wasn't a motherboard, it was a handheld device. So anyway, ASUS saying it recognizes that their process is unclear is good. It is an admission of a problem, so they get acknowledgement for at least that. The bad part is that they're saying unclear as if it's the customer getting confused, which is something that they ensure is the takeaway of this messaging in bullet point 2 at the end of the statement when they say it again. So the reality is that it actually is completely clear in some ways, and that we had to ask follow-up questions in order to get the service we were guaranteed under the written warranty policy is the clear part. So fortunately, this being a written
I apply
policy
burn
serves as
constantly, so
excellent
the
legal
slow will
ammunition.
always happen.
That is very useful for anyone who may have a claim. And if you're informed of your rights, you can start making use of them, which again, we're going to be addressing through the rest of this series. Quote, "In addition to addressing issues on an individual basis with our customers that have come forward, we are also making changes to our RMA process. Effective May 16th, we will implement the following actions to optimize the customer repair experience. Point 1, we are revising our repair pricing structure for out-of-warranty products. This includes a thorough review process for any abnormal pricing to ensure consistency, transparency, and fairness." The problem wasn't the being out of warranty part in our specific instance, but if this is a different also problem that they have, then great. That's good
Yeah,
that
and I
they're
was
addressing it. We kind of come back to the same point though, which is just do it, make the revision,
Just chilling.
and then tell us what
Did
that
my
is.
homework, sent it in.
That would be more useful here. And again, that
Back to school
we might
tomorrow,
not have
but
as strict of a kind of a demand
just
on
chilling.
that if we hadn't been through this before. Next, quote, "Currently we perform a full analysis of devices sent for RMA and sent customers
play some
a
Frostpunk
comprehensive
later.
list of available repairs, free and paid." We already talked about that in our messaging to customers. "We understand this may have caused confusion when a customer has only ordered a specific repair. We'll no longer automatically offer repair quotations for cosmetic imperfections unless they affect the device's functionality or are specifically asked for by the customer." So we already sort of talked about this in the beginning, but the new part of this quote here is they're not going to offer repair quotes for cosmetic imperfections anymore. That's as simple as if it happens once and they've kind of breached that new policy. So easy enough to keep an eye on. Unfortunately, this bullet point, though, by, in our opinions, misrepresenting our experience and that of other customers who've emailed us, does kind of take the trustworthiness out of the entire post because there is something in here which is not true, and we already talked about that. Next, quote, "We will update the verbiage of our automatic emailing system for improved clarity so our customers always know what repairs will be offered for free and the terms and conditions relevant to the device in question." Now that's interesting too because it's kind of in
Were you then
conflict
the
with
one
bullet
that was
point
whining
two,
and
which
bitching?
was they
Usually
already
someone's
offer
whining
that,
and bitching.
And now they're saying we're going to update it, so we offer it. So interesting. Finally, they give you some
The new
numbers
Star-
on the website
Star
if you
for
need
you.
help.
The
Now,
new Street
on
Fighter
May
patch came
18th,
out as well.
2023, ASUS wrote us their plan to fix the AM5 motherboard issues. The problem is that if we, again, as a community, have to hold ASUS or any company responsible for individual products in their catalog, it is an impossible challenge because they have hundreds, if not thousands, of SKUs. It probably is closer to the thousands than the hundreds for a company as large as Asus. And individual or categorical warranty investigations are not going to fix a systemic problem. This is a poisoned well that appears to have plagued how Asus operates.
I only stayed a little bit. I went back to bed.
Level.
I was feeling terrible.
Our disappointment in Asus here has genuinely sunk into new lows. We do try to provide the opportunity to improve. As I stated before, at the end of the saga last year, the sequence,
none of these are good.
We kind of said, well, we'll check back in. They've said things that are good and seem to be the right things, and now it's about action and not words.
Well, it was formed as a question.
This was the time for Asus to show action, and we've seen how much Asus cares. In fact, they care so much that in one of their support emails, and we didn't ding them for this originally, they offered us an Asus Cares discount code for the repairs we didn't need. So that certainly makes the motives, in our opinion, clear. So getting into this, we're going to have Vincent Augusta on again today, and he's going to be talking about Asus's warranty process, what we walked through, and consumer rights. This is a big change that I've been trying to make at GN for more seriously for the last year or so. And the change we're making is, you know, we have long pushed an angle of consumer awareness and consumer advocacy and highlighting when a company does things well and poorly.
Well, that would be boring. It's fun when people gripe.
We've had a good mix of things that have been done well in recent months also. So that's great. But the problem is, plainly speaking, we cannot possibly serve one request of the community, which has been, okay, so if you can't trust Asus or you can't trust Gigabyte during this power supply issue or whatever, who do you trust? And it's really a question directed either at me or at my team, and I'd love to answer it, but I can't. And the reason I can't answer it is not that simple, where a company, first of all, we don't generally trust companies just in totality. It's more of a product level decision. You can maybe distrust a company in totality if you've had bad experience with them as a consumer to protect yourself, but you trust one fully, it's only going to take one bad experience, and then that nukes our recommendation. And we can't extend a recommendation of a motherboard manufacturer whom we trust, because there isn't one. And it's not necessarily because they are all the same level of shady or manipulative or deceitful, because I don't think that's true, but they all have their own flavor of that. As quick rapid fire examples, Asus, we don't need to explain, that's recent. Gigabyte had the power supply issue that we covered years ago, and they did a lot of the same things. We thought they were manipulative, we thought they were attempting to deceive and misrepresent the situation, and which changed some of our own policies from there forward on how we dealt with those things. And they did eventually fix the issue, but it took a lot of kicking and process. So that was Gigabyte. Oh. ASRock has.
If that was that guy that followed, no thank for the follow.
The only ones.
Get banned.
MSI.
If it wasn't, thank you for the follow.
History of kind of questionable and shady tactics of delaying negative reviews or criticisms, and that's a whole separate video on its own. Again, not just from us, but from other creators as well. But if you're going to build a computer, you have to buy from one of them. And our suggestions, what we're going to do today is try to set you up with the right materials so that going into something, you can try to prevent a negative outcome, such as a dismissal of a valid warranty, by collecting the correct sort of documentation and knowing your rights as a consumer, knowing such that you have the confidence to push back when you first start to sense that a company is going to
well,
try
clearly
and,
not. We're watching this
for
and not
in
this,
a way which may not be legal, for one, and for which you may be able to legitimately refute that basically request for money in exchange for something that should be provided for free. Additionally, next week we're going to be talking to Nathan Proctor, who is from PIRG, Right to Repair Advocacy Group, and he was recommended very highly to us by Lewis Rothman. Lewis spoke incredibly highly of Nathan's experience, his knowledge on right to repair, consumer rights, and so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring some experts forward, so it's not just me ranting about things that suck every time. I'll still do that, and that's still going to be the core of when these issues do go bad. And by the way, we've covered some good experiences with warranties as well. It's just they're less prevalent. But we're trying to supplement that exposure of the bad practices with some actually actionable consumer rights education and also things you can do to protect yourself. That'll include some of my advice on how I'd recommend shopping and my best efforts to answer that common question from the community, which was who can you buy from or who can you trust? So we'll really put some concrete answers to that as much as we can. Sadly,
much no one.
consumers also need to be prepared to look out for themselves. So that's what this and the next installment will be focusing on. But for this one, let's start with some legal analysis of the situation and just discussion. And then check back next week for more right to repair, Magnuson Moss Warranty Act discussion, things
Welcome
of that
back.
nature. Who knows?
See, you're not
Maybe
just
we
words
can
on a
actually
screen to
achieve
me,
some
because you also
goodness
watch
in
my
the
ads, which
community
makes me
and
money.
get these companies
So-
to improve. Okay, so now we're joined by
You're
Vincent
worth
Augusta
far
again.
more than words on a
Where do you want
screen.
to start?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me back on.
Couple of cents
So I
per
think
watch,
starting
actually.
with the most
Not
recent
even, right?
press release, it's interesting to note that the vast majority of it is future-looking. So a lot of what has been discussed in the press release was about policies that they intend to implement or change in the future. But there was one specific spot where they discussed
I'll grab some
things that
spontaneous
they were currently
combustion.
doing.
Get that up.
And so if you look
We're
at
not
the
doing too
second
much
bullet
burn,
point
right?
in the third paragraph, they explicitly talk about currently they are offering a comprehensive list of the available repairs to
Are you a
consumers who
Macklemore
submit
fan?
to the RMA process. An available list of both the free services provided under the warranty and also the services that are suggested.
that guy, like,
would,
anti-Semitic? Like,
a
actually
customer would incur
anti-Semitic?
additional costs.
Wasn't he
So
cancelled over some
the two
crazy ass
difficulties
concert
with the
where he dressed
statement
up as like some
are
shifty
with the
guy?
words comprehensive
Holy
and the words
fuck.
available. So these words are a little vague. They are relative to other things generally understood in context. So I think that one of the ways you can approach it is just
Where's
to
the boss?
kind
I
of
can hear him.
negate
Can't see
the
him.
statement and look at the alternative. So if no list is presented, then that list cannot be comprehensive.
Right.
If only the
That makes sense.
Right, and so if only the additional costing services are offered, then it cannot be said that they
Both free and
are made available.
Right.
And
More
so the
poison
question
darts.
is,
wonder if
is
they're
any
stacked.
list that includes both the paid and the free services being provided. Yeah. So if you didn't receive a list at all, or if the list that you received did not have both free and additional costing services provided, then that statement doesn't seem to hold true
it's not congruent.
with your experience.
Right.
Yeah. The press release almost assuredly doesn't create additional obligations. And so you'd be looking to the obligations that they did have, and then the obligations that they didn't fulfill. So obviously,
But
with
shit,
an issue like this, you start
those
with
99
the
cents.
warranty, which is an obligation. So a warranty is a promise regarding the quality, the performance, the lack of defects associated with a product or a service. The warranty comes with some sort of remedy for the consumer. And usually at the option of the warrantor, they can replace, repair the product, or offer a refund. And so the first question relates to that warranty. Did they breach the warranty by refusing to acknowledge their obligations and by not
Here comes the
providing them
last.
to the consumer? In this case, it doesn't appear as though they did that. They, in a situation where you have a consumer who submits a product through an RMA process for warranty, if that consumer receives an offer to buy additional services, those services may be unnecessary, they may be overpriced, there may be a thinly veiled threat associated with it.
Sending your device back.
But if the product is returned to the customer and it has been replaced or repaired pursuant to the warranty, then that wouldn't be a breach of the warranty. That would be an issue with this other statement. The statement where there was an offer to sell maybe services that were unnecessary.
So far we're doing
that were
good, man.
overpriced,
I think 4 is the
and
highest
with
I've gotten so far.
implication that if
Got a good
those
build
services
going.
were not purchased, the warranty would not be fulfilled.
Right. If we instead, as an uninformed customer, you throw your hands up, you're like, okay, whatever, fine, here's $200.
Right.
You know, how does that, in your opinion, how does that change the story?
So it changes the story substantially because at that point you have damages associated with some bad act, and it's difficult to characterize some of these kinds of acts. So one thing that you can start with, one way of categorizing a situation where someone is making an offer to sell unnecessary services or exploiting someone
Haven't seen
based off
that
of
before.
price, you can categorize a situation like that as fraudulent. And so fraud is defined as an individual making a false statement or concealing material facts with the intent and knowledge to deceive. And if someone is in fact deceived by that statement and they suffer damages because of it, the person who made the statements could be liable to them. For example, if you bring your car in to a mechanic shop to have an oil change, and the technician comes out and says, actually, you need an entire new transmission. If you do not need a new transmission, and the technician knows that you don't need a new transmission, then what has happened constitutes fraud. The statement has to actually be false
there goes my
you're
last-
basing your fraud off of an affirmative statement.
Respawn.
And additionally, you have this scienter requirement, as it's called, and that is both the intent to deceive and also that the statement was reasonably calculated to deceive. So there's a knowledge and an intent.
Do you then have to be successfully deceived if the
bitch.
customer says,
Correct.
Yeah. So if the customer says, I know I don't need a new transmission,
Shouldn't have opened my mouth.
and then, okay, fine, we'll do your oil change, here's your car back, is there no case?
There would not be an action for fraud because
Okay.
you were not deceived and you did not suffer damages.
Right.
So fraud is very difficult to establish, as you can imagine, because you're dealing with very factual elements. So most of these factual elements are dealt with by juries because they're simply issues of fact, not of law. And so you can present evidence to show intent, to show knowledge, but it's much more difficult because there isn't something necessarily to
Bomb?
observe
Fuck?
directly.
That makes sense. Okay, so then another component of this was this time pressure that we were under, where there were a couple different days they gave. Some I thought were conflicting, but one of them was has to be paid within 3 days. Another one was like a response or something within 5, where they send the device back. There was the comment, well, I'll let you get into their comments of the conditions if you don't respond. And then there's a 4-day thrown in there too. So time pressure, I understand that the word duress also has some very specific legal connotations.
Right. So one of the things that you can look to in a situation where someone has incurred damages because they've entered into a contract that's unfair would be to look at the formation of the contract itself. Is that in this country we presume that
Did I
contracts
get
are
all
formed
of them? Holy
when
fuck.
people who are on general equal footing for negotiating a contract enter into a contract having agency to do so, right? Having a meaningful choice. And a legitimate way of attacking a contract sometimes
Oh,
has
no,
to
maybe it
do
was
with that
just this one.
formation. Is that if someone was not
Everything's
able
at least one, right?
if their free will
Yeah, I
had
have to
taken
get
the
all
prize,
of them. Fuck my
then
life.
the formation of the contract could be considered invalid. And so duress describes a situation in which you're entering into a contract pursuant to someone's wrongful intentional acts, where they've induced another person to enter into a contract, depriving them of their free will because of the circumstances. So think The Godfather, make you an offer you can't refuse, having a proverbial or a literal gun to your head.
Right.
And so with duress, it's a case-by-case basis. The judge will consider a number of different factors in making the determination. But the circumstances surrounding something like duress can be established to show, in theory, that an individual did not have the free will to enter into the contract to begin with, and then it would be rescinded. So, for example, if you go back to the same mechanic shop for an oil change, and the technician comes out and says, you don't have to, but you can replace your transmission. Oh, by the way, you have 15 seconds to decide, and if you don't, I'm going to return your car to you disassembled. That may rise to the level of duress if you, in fact, agree to buy that new transmission.
I see. Okay. One of the other questions I had was the shipping cost being thrown in there. So let's just say they've come back to us, hey, your screen has this damage, and I say, oh my gosh, I've hated that damage for so long, please replace it, thank you. They are still charging me now $20 of shipping, whereas under the original repair request, that shipping is free. To me, that doesn't feel right because it's, if you
What
think of
salty
it in
guy?
terms of
Oh yeah,
Magic
yeah,
the
go for it.
This is the only way I know how to explain
thinking.
things sometimes. You have a stack, right? You know this.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like you don't know this. You have
Not
a
anymore. I think they got away with the stack. But yeah, the
Okay.
idea, generally
you had
speaking,
a stack.
yes.
So now you've really proven you know it. So there was a stack. At some point, stacks were had. And you cast a spell or perform an action.
Please kill her, please. Oh, I knew it wasn't gonna kill her, man.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, yeah. Just make it public, dude. Who cares?
He just stood there and heat bursted. Okay. Nice.
You gotta use transitions, bro. These jump cuts are jarring as fuck.
This guy really just stands there and does nothing. It's kind of confusing to me. Like he plays like an AI. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, you're getting blocked. Fuck off. I'm not fighting you. Literally plays like a CPU.
Just use like a little wipe transition or something. Like the cuts are super jarring. I mean, see what I mean? Like, look at this. Ugh. Bruh. Just do a little wipe. There's no fade there. That just jumps straight across, man. Where's the fade here?
Bursted. Okay.
Watch. Boop. Like that doesn't have a transition, bro. I noticed that immediately. Like, cause you go from. I see it's too fast. There's well, if there is, you gotta like, yeah, you gotta adjust it. Cause look at this shit, dude. Hang on. Oh my god, fucking YouTube so shit. Look, there's no transition here, dude. It's like literally one frame. Did you make sure you save some? I don't know what program you use, right? I highly recommend DaVinci Resolve because it's free. And it's really good. It's the one I use. You may have seen me use it already. You literally just drag the transition onto it and it works fine. Sometimes, depending on the type of like clip you've got, you have to like put it on one end and then maybe Wonder Shader. I've never even heard of that, dude. I would highly recommend DaVinci Resolve. It's super good. And it works perfectly. Has everything you need in the free version to really make videos already. Highly, highly, highly recommend. I've been using it for years now. Yeah, get some transitions in there so the viewer's brain doesn't go, what the fuck? And just post it, dude. Who cares? The guy streams his own shit, bro. Like, why would you not make it public? I didn't see any transitions, I'm gonna be honest.
Nice. This guy really just stands there and does nothing. It's kind of confusing to me.
Yeah, see? No transition.
Like he plays like an AI. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, you're getting blocked.
Yeah, there's
Fuck off.
zero
I'm not fighting
transitions,
you.
bro.
Literally plays like a CPU to win. Well, I'm sorry, you're bad. Okay, Elisa player. Hard stuck Fujin and you play Elisa. I should go back to playing.
Hard stuck Fujin, bro. This guy's battle ruler. That's below Fujin. That never. I'm like. Okay, bro.
Dragunov, brain dead, broken, easy, overpowered.
Okay, okay. I didn't see that part yet. Maybe leave that part out, or use something else than a monkey, because the first thing people will go to is that, oh, you're being racist. I guarantee you, 100%. Like it's gonna happen. Maybe cut that part out, or change it to something else. I'm just saying, bro. This is how the internet works. I don't agree with it. I don't think you're being racist. I'm just saying they'll use that immediately as like a criticism, even though it's really not a valid criticism. But they will use it, right? I mean, it's not like 10,000 people are gonna watch it in the first place. Like, let's temper expectations here and be fair. But yeah, I guarantee you're gonna get that criticism at some point, right? And everyone knows it's a bullshit criticism, but it doesn't have to be true. The vid was garbage. Well, it wasn't garbage, right? It's a funny story. Just, yeah, transitions and maybe exchange the last bit for something different. It's kind of, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, why not, man? Just, you want to make content, like, you just gotta upload, bro. Like, if you don't upload it, no one is ever gonna watch it. This does sound nice, but I'm not sure. Okay, we definitely need physical skills then. DaVinci Resolve without the H. Traits brutal. What was that? I wonder how this works. Does it banish the entire multicast or just the common? Does this thing have guides? A bunch, but I'm gonna Google it. That doesn't really help me. And all versions of it. No, okay. Okay. I want to hire a video editor. Yeah, good luck with that. No idea, dude. I do that shit myself. We'll do 2 slams, right? What's the range? Can I see the range? No. Let's see what. Am I getting fitness? No. Okay, so this is useless. Oh, sorry, forgot to turn it back on.
And then the opponent responds, you respond, they respond.
Yeah.
Those execute in a certain way. To me, it feels like shipping has gone onto the stack as a free effect. I have a card called Claim Warranty on the battlefield, okay? I tap it. When tapped, it claims warranty. They respond with optional unnecessary repair, and I respond with yes. It still seems like it should resolve that the shipping was free, but it didn't. So, as a certified judge of Magic the Gathering...
I'm not a Magic judge.
Okay.
I'm actually quite bad with the rules of Magic, which is ironic as an attorney.
Okay. So, as a non-official judge of Magic the Gathering, you know, what's your read on that? Because in simplest terms, it just seems not right to charge shipping for something that like it was free originally, and now because there's an unrelated thing, it's not.
Yeah, so I think it ties back into the wrongfulness of the offering
Glad I
of the
pressed
services
reroll.
itself. Is that if there is a situation in which the services were
Not this
wrongfully
time.
engaged, either by fraud or duress,
Yeah,
some
it's
sort of fraud and
It's super
inducement,
professional, to be honest,
then the
especially for being
shipping
free.
would be considered part of the damages. Because you think about causation. But for this fraudulent offering, or this kind of improper duress to engage in this contract, I would not have had to pay shipping. So if there was a situation where I could have sent it in, had a warranty claim, and then had it sent back to me without shipping, if I'm induced to become
You're
part of
welcome.
the contract where there's additional charges, the shipping is part of those damages.
So where does it come into the stack?
No, I need to clarify this on the record.
Okay, let's clarify right now.
Yeah. So I was wrong. They got rid of stacking damage, but they still have the stack as itself. That makes more sense. Yeah.
This changes
Everything.
everything.
No.
Yeah.
Terrible with the rules. All my friends will tell you that I'm awful with the rules of it.
I look forward to when you elevate yourself from an attorney in real life to a magic judge.
The duration is 10 seconds,
I
but the
believe
cooldown
that's
is
the
9
natural
seconds.
ascension. Normally you
So
go from attorney to judge.
Right.
do I
yeah.
need more
And
cast
a lot
frequency
of
on
it
it?
is based
I
off
don't
of how
know.
you do at the district court level as an appointed Article
One more
3
time.
judge, and that's how you get
In
to be
Magic.
a Magic the Gathering.
Right.
Now we're sure.
How about Magnuson Moss? So this is in an act I've heard brought up a lot. Louis Rossman kind of somewhat famously talks about it on his channel. Can you walk me through what that act is at a top level first?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Magnuson Moss Warranty Act is a piece of federal legislation passed in 1975 that speaks to consumer rights, specifically in regards to warranties. And so the act specifically lays out certain requirements that written warranties have to have. It talks about the clarity of this language. It talks about clearly defining a full warranty versus a limited warranty, making a requirement that warranties kind of be holistic and easy to read, and they can't kind of reference other nested documents to get the full perspective of the warranty. And it also provides some remedies for consumers who, when a warranty is not fulfilled, would need to seek some sort of remedy. And so it allows those consumers to be awarded costs and attorney's fees, for example.
Okay.
And over the years, the FTC has kind of clarified some of these points. And some more recent developments, as recent as 2022, there's kind of been a discussion about this right to repair and also the use of third-party parts to repair and third-party services to repair.
So warranty void if removed stickers are brought up a lot. So on the legal side, with Magnuson Moss specifically,
Should have
what
looked
are
the one
your
in the
rights
middle.
as a consumer to open a device in the context of a manufacturer historically would want to use that to say, no, you don't get a repair because there's customer induced damage. You've
Right.
opened this, you have therefore caused the damage you are claiming. Do they have the legal authority to
I don't have
reject
small attacks, so that is gonna help a lot.
if effectively a warranty void if removed sticker is punctured?
I think the short answer is no.
Okay.
And the idea is that the customer-induced damage is an issue only when it addresses the functionality of the device or the thing that you were claiming a warranty on. And the same thing with the modifications. If I think that there's a process with Magnuson Moss where you can actually have a waiver as a product manufacturer or address the relationship between functionality
On this guy,
and
I can barely see the thing.
actual modifications that are being made. And then if you can show that link, then you can say you can't mess with this part of the device. But for
If I take someone else, I
non-functional
can't see jack shit,
changes,
but if I do
the aftermarket,
yeah, I couldn't. I wasn't even
modifications,
seeing any of that.
self-repairs, the use of third-party
It's a little
service
much.
providers to make the repairs, those are the kinds of things that Magnuson Moss say cannot void a warranty.
So yeah, the simplest answer of you do have a right to open your device. I guess if it's something like a laptop or whatever, that alone is not sufficient to reject a warranty.
It would be hard to imagine a situation where you could show that by merely opening the laptop, it would affect the functionality.
Right. Okay.
Now, what the FTC does to enforce their rules is a totally different situation. They could, I'm assuming, go after companies merely for the bad acts without there being actual damages. I imagine that is a
Or
function.
fines coming.
Precisely, yeah.
Why is the Magnuson Moss Warranty Act important?
I mean, it's important for several reasons. One is as a piece of federal legislation. It's kind of the law of the land. There's a supremacy clause in the Constitution, so the federal law trumps state law. So at very least, now we've established kind of a bedrock of consumer protection in regards to warranties. It provides clarity to not only consumers but also to providers of warranties, which is also important because if we're giving companies the benefit of the doubt, frequently they provide a warranty and their lawyers are telling them, well, you need to do these things to protect your liability.
Right.
And they're thinking, well, I don't know, is this legal? Is this right? And now there's at least some clarity about how
Kind
you
of
do
want to
those
banish
things.
this.
And specifically for the private right of action, the ability to recoup costs and attorney's fees is very important because, as you can imagine, a lot of warranty issues could end up being an amount that would be difficult to collect if you hired an attorney, because the attorney's fees could add up very quickly. It could be a very expensive process, and you end up potentially spending more in attorney's fees than you would even be able to collect. And so that provision allows consumers to pursue these warranty claims in a way that they wouldn't have.
Oh, that doesn't really
been
matter
able to
anymore, right?
before. There's definitely the opportunity to collect costs and attorney's fees from Magnus and Moss, in addition to other state-level laws. So, for example, in North Carolina, we have the Unfair and Deceptive Trade Practices Act, unfair debt collections, other consumer protection laws that allow for attorney's fees. Claims of fraud can be enough to justify punitive damages. There's only some specific situations where you're going to be able to get punitive damages. Also, frequently these things are the discretion of the judge. However, there are definitely opportunities to go after individuals for attorney's fees and costs.
Or companies.
Or companies.
Yeah. Okay, so you can
We're gonna need
bring
more
a
damage.
lawsuit, and you might be able to get your attorney's fees and everything. No one wants to do that.
Right.
You know, it's just like, I think the vast majority of people, unless you really have an axe to grind, you're gonna look at it like, it's a loss. Like, you know.
It's very difficult especially with smaller amounts. It's very difficult to bring those actions, and also just the time and the energy. Lawsuits take months, they can take years. It can be a very trying and difficult process. So I think that in terms of actionables for consumer protection, looking out for themselves, I think the point at which you want to be engaging in self-advocacy is before these issues arise. And so an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, as they say. Reading the documents is important. Understanding the documents is important. Obviously, in certain situations, that doesn't make sense. Buying a box of pens.
Right.
But there are clearly situations where, if you're buying a new construction home and there's a purchase agreement and there's warranty information and there's an HOA, those documents are incredibly significant and can have a serious financial impact. And then, as you also mentioned earlier, document everything.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're taking pictures if they're relevant, keeping track of communications, attempt to get promises made in writing, not only because it is more compelling evidence later on down the road, but also because if we're being generous, it clearly establishes what in fact happened. And so there isn't confusion amongst the parties about what was promised and by whom.
This is why over the years I've moved warranty claims, whether they're part of an investigation or not, to email everywhere possible instead of phone calls.
Right.
Because this was my experience with Newegg, where I called them, I was kind of told one thing, I was written another thing, and it's just easier for it to all be in writing. And it's not just to blast a company, but it's also, if I think I've been screwed at the end of it, you want the confidence to know that your memory of it is correct.
Absolutely, and mistakes happen. Communications break down. There's confusion on the side of companies over the course of many levels of what is and is not acceptable, what should be promised, what isn't, and being able to document and show that coherent timeline can help just to persuade a reasonable company to fulfill the promises that they make. And sometimes they might not even know that an agent of theirs made these promises, or that, well, that's not the way we usually do it, but in this case, we're going to fulfill that because it was a hard mistake.
Yeah. Okay, I think that covers it pretty well. So we will have more for this topic. I have some other people I'm going to be talking to, like some of Rossman's acquaintances and professionals.
Estes is really sus these days, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That's so sus. What they've been doing. And they're not gonna change their fucking Sure, I can see the audio. We went through that super quick though, right? Let's do the more difficult one. In before we lose. Because of it. I would like the burn, the doom, the slow. Who's gonna die? Yo, this music slaps, bro. I didn't even realize. Bit loud now, I guess. Turn that down a little bit. Oh, I picked something. I don't know what I picked. I have no idea what I picked. Wait, what does potency do? Oh, it'll buff the movement speed and the critical chance. Do we even have a trust? I don't. Oh, I have one. Yeah. Damage. I need more damage. In the words of Jeremy Clarkson, power! Now I just take Leviathan a couple of times because I got like shit on the movement speed. 160 because of the lightning surge. And that never ends. Oh, because I'm streaming on Thunders. You go flying when you die. Normally it just stops immediately because they turn that off. I hate stuff off screen now. The area modifiers. Damn. I don't get this. Damage modifier plus 30%. What's the damage on the lightning surge? It doesn't have damage. Okay, nothing changed. This looks like Arena D3? Oh. It's more like Vampire Survivors. With better graphics. I don't know what's best. D for bat, D for dog shit. Be glad I didn't turn that music on. I totally could. But the in-game music's pretty chill. Yo, Jay-Z, how you doing? Yeah, I played it too. And then I bought it, and then I played 2 more days, and then Street Fighter came out. I haven't looked back since. Not much, just chilling. Might play some Frostpunk later. Can I make it even? Let's go. I believe. Yeah, it's not new, but yeah. I don't know when this came out actually. I've seen it before. It was on my wishlist for quite a while. 7 November 2022. I've only played Vampire Survivors and this one. I need more damage. I don't think I've heard of the Bone Razor minions. The poison immediately killed him, but I have to wait until he dies, until he actually dies. Yeah, Bloodshed's winning, then Venomous, and then Poisonous Blood. I haven't played any of those. I'm gonna use my last reroll here. Look at the poison. Immediately he's like half health. I just have to wait an hour for it to fucking do damage. still going through these guys like butter, so that's good. Still have both of my protections. Hmm. GG. Oh, perfect. Look how slow I get when this thing runs out. Holy fuck. Yo, lightning surge is pretty good for movement speed. Holy shit. Look the difference. Holy fuck. What? Oh shit. Holy shit, dude, I'm flying through this right now. Yo, I have one for Earth doing Slam, and I have one for Slam doing Earth. Interesting. I hope that stacks. The boss is dead, he just doesn't know it yet. I have the perfect soundtrack for this. It's actually very similar to the one that already is in the game. It's not D for bad. See if you can recognize it. Let's get the direct damage up a little bit. I'm surprised I'm still alive, to be honest. One good hit, I'm fucked. Alright, but we should have done that next to the mic. My bad. Um. 420 yellow. This guy has 450 million HP. I need to get that for poison as well, dude. Oh my god. Oh no. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this back off because I'm not sure if that's like copyrighted or not. So yeah, reminded me of that. Hotline Miami. How am I still alive? Keep it going. $3 billion, Jesus. Oh, I just died. First time. I think we're about to die. Jesus, it's getting crazy. Try it again. Last life. Oh, I got stuck. No, I got stuck. Ah, damn it. We got pretty far though, damn. That's kind of nuts. A lot of achievements. Chaos Walker. It's random damage. Why not? Starts off being shit. Having seen how good that is, I'm taking that always, dude, with this guy. Holy shit. Did I re-roll? Oh, shit. Good. Stick with these skills. I'd always stick with the skills. I don't really care. Just figuring stuff out, seeing what's best, right? Soulstone survivors. Give me raw smoke. Apparently, they're telling me to like block powerful strikes in Leviathan at some points, which makes sense. Ooh. And God for the block. Damn, for everything. Oh, perfect. That helped. Okay, let me roll a smoke because I was doing that, but then I stopped. feel like I am gonna stop taking Leviathan, dude. The movement speed is so good. Need more damage though. Definitely need more straight up damage. Is there like something that increases your rarity? I get it. Common way too much. It's annoying. I mean, I guess it's common, I get it, but it's still annoying. Magic Find, please. Look how slow I am without the fucking. That's not crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
Lightning Surge is insane. Bro, I need some good level ups, man. I need damage. Speed! Ooh. Okay, he's banning magnetic now. I got stuck, what the hell? Making sure we got the right health bars. Now I'm banning Magnet. I don't know, dude. I don't know if we should keep banning it. Yeah, we're gonna ban it. She's dead, we just wait. I really have to upgrade these as well. They're not doing all that much damage, to be honest. I mean, I'm taking what I get, right? prefer a bit more density to be honest. I forgot I had 2 dashes now. It doesn't show me, right? It should tell me. I'm so slow without the fucking without the surge, bro. Holy shit. The difference is markable. Oh, sorry, cats. I didn't realize you were there. How much speed do I have? 300%. Now I just need damage. I'm not sure I want 3. I don't. Take 2. One. Three. I only have 1 electric door. Yeah. Take 3 again. 0.2 is the max. Or the lowest you can go, I guess. One. Oh shit. I shouldn't have just stood still. That was my bad. Dude. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know at this point. When it's those type of options. That's an easy one. We're gonna just get 3. Is 0.5 the lowest? That didn't do anything. Ooh. Yes, please. Potency. Okay, 3. Let's go. Speed. I wonder what the fastest is. Because I'm going fucking fast already. Meow. Yeah, we'll take 3. I'm gonna reroll this one. Okay, 1, I guess. Good. Do. And it's dead. 1. The bosses die too quick, man. The boss music's great. Potency again. Let's go. Speed. Take the Doom team. Ooh. Oh, it's electric. Fuck's sake. It's useless because I only have this one and I don't need it no more. I mean, only potency from this. It's the only thing we care about. Take a quick chance. Complete. Yeah, I think 0.5 is like the fastest because it's not going up or down. Relentless. Ooh. So the burn one. Vitality. Obviously the damage. Yes, please, vicious strikes. Oh my god, that's gonna help. Let's go. Hey, Nails! Hey, Nails. Impending doom. Well, whenever I do bleed, I have a chance, literally a chance to do everything else. Because whenever I do bleed, I have a chance to do poison. Whenever I do poison, I have a chance to do doom. Whenever I do doom, I have a chance to do burn. And whenever I do burn, I have a chance to slow. Holy shit. Bit of a vicious circle. How's that working? That's pretty good still, right? It could be worse. I would like that for the bleed. Okay, we'll take this then. Oh. Oh, that's I'm gonna lock one. Final boss. Chop chop. Very good. Du-du-du-du. Want to buy more enemies. Believe it or not. Starting to get a lot of health. I might take the attacks, give burn simply for the slow now. It'll trigger it way more. I don't know. Multicast. Potency to a 1%. Ooh. Calamity. Barely do damage with those things though. I don't know. The movement speed's a little ridiculous, but now. Hey man, can't hit what you can't touch, right? just take the straight up damage from the person. I took the burn for the slow. I ran into it like an idiot. That double slash should be doing crazy damage, I think. Well, relatively speaking. Relentless, right? Yeah. Kind of have to pee. I was late there. Oh. Experience. Fatality. How are we doing on the... Relentless 40 degrees. %45 damage is a pretty good increase, so I'll take that. Final one. Then I'm taking a piss because I really need to go. Bathroom. Sorry, cat. Can I have my legs back? I need to go to the bathroom. Sorry. Sorry. I'll be back. Excuse me. Bro, it's almost 5 already. What the fuck? Time flies when you're murdering stuff. Effective damage 1.7 billion. Jesus, what? The hell? Oh no, 0.4, it did go down. Damage on the flurry. It is my best skill, pretty sure. Yep. Ooh, 1 million DPS. Where can I see my crit chance? Do I still need... Okay, I do. It upgrades the tiers. So your crit will be bigger. I died once. Fuck. Yep. Oh, I guess I keep running into it. both my lives. Oh my god. The 1 second I looked down and fucking walked into a goddamn tree. Fuck my life. Mama said smoking would kill me. Oh. There's some good shit though, holy shit. Oh my god, why is that all red? Ooh, fucking hell. I don't even know how to get these. Scorching Valley, I've never seen a single one of those ever. That's what we need. Just enable all of it, dude. Whatever. I know, bitch. I kinda wanna try this one out. I mean, if I take it once, I'll never have to take it again. But I can get that from other things, right? Like from this one. Okay, let's see. 11.1. Yep. My damage is quite low. Okay, that helps. I need to start getting my modifiers, bro. Yo, what the fuck? It's a lot more difficult when there's two of them. stacks though. I'm gonna... That only counts for lightning bolt. Let's see. 81 4% into. Oh no, okay, the damage increases significantly. That makes more sense. Haven't gotten a single dot yet. Can't really see what's happening. Okay. Why that? Oh my god, I died again. Yo, this is a lot harder. To be fair, I don't think these two, I should only take one, I think. There's my damage too much. Plus, I didn't get any bolts. Rip. Anyway, I'm taking a break. I gotta go eat, and somebody just came home, so. I'll be back like 30 minutes from now, maybe an hour. So obviously, I'm doing the stream. Boom. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll be back in a little bit, and we will play more. Probably something else though. Fallout, or maybe start my next Frostpunk playthrough. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a little while.